Cheated on while pregnant. So my ex-fiancé M26 cheated on me when I was about 6 months pregnant F27. I worked as a restaurant manager and took a week off from work to fly out to Europe. That's where I grew up to see my family for the first time since the pregnancy, before it was too late to fly. When I got back home there was a facial scrub in my shower that didn't belong to me. I freaked out. I asked for answers. He lies. Complete denial. Thinks I'm an idiot. He goes, I don't know how that ended up here, maybe it's yours. I was livid. Cried all day at work that day. Asked again at night and he starts yelling at me about how I don't trust him. Don't forget I'm pregnant as duck here and Hess putting this on me. Baffling. I then try to let it go. I decided to stop thinking about it and focus on my pregnancy. I know he cheated but he won't admit it, so I'm just wasting my time trying to argue. Fast forward to 1 month postpartum. I get in a car accident, wasn't at fault, no injuries. But my car gets totaled. Great. So now I'm faced with a big decision. Do I want to drop thousands on a new car or do I want to leave him and move back to Europe with our son? Somehow owning a car made me feel attached to the US. I don't know why it did, but it was sort of a big commitment. If I buy a new car that means I'm staying here and moving forward. A week later he comes home from work. I sat him down and said, I'm not going to spend thousands on a vehicle if you can't admit that you had unprotected fun time with some girl in our home. I'd much rather sell all my stuff and leave. His jaw dropped. He thought I'd let it go and he was off the hook. But he admitted to cheating. FYI, I had a fragile cervix during pregnancy which caused heavy bleeding during intercourse, had to go to the ER twice, and had horrible nausea the entire time. So yeah. Fun time drive wasn't the best but I still tried. Hess my first child, I wasn't going to risk an early labor for some DCK. Just jerk off for a bit, don't duck someone in our home. 3 months later I fly back home and I've been a happy single mother ever since. Best decision I ever made. I'm really proud of myself for leaving. I don't think I deserve to be with someone who would betray me when I need them the most in such a horrible way. I think cheating in your home is 10 times worse. Yes, he is the father of my child and I won't come between them, but I'm glad I left him. He gave me the most beautiful gift anyone has ever given me, but he lost all of my respect after that. Story 2. Get me pregnant, then cheat on me, and then ask me to be a throuple? Pretty much the title. My ex-HS sweetheart and I were together nearly 2 years when I got pregnant. He wasn't excited, but I have health problems that make pregnancy pretty life or death, but was told this would be my only child and I was having a healthy pregnancy. Once my ex found out I was keeping my little bean, he changed completely. I told him I didn't mind being a single parent, but I do love you and would love to raise Bean with him. He looked at me and said, love you too, so let's do this. So we kinda get back to normal and I am over the moon because my Bean is healthy and growing well, but I start to notice that he wouldn't come to appointments or anything baby related and only came over to relieve stress after work. Now I get suspicious and ask what's going on after nearly 8 months of him avoiding me from that first conversation. Me and his baby sister worked together and he came to see her regularly and still avoided me even when I would ask for him. He finally told me once I heard from my best friend that he was at work kissing another woman in his car. He said he wanted to end things with me when I told him I was pregnant, but he felt bad because our parents were friends. I was crushed. I looked back on all the signs he gave me, e.g. not going to appointments. I built my Bean's crib alone while he was on the couch with his phone, only coming at night, etc., and cried harder than I ever have. My heart was broken, but if matters couldn't get worse, he said he would stay with me. If we all end up together. Meaning me, him and the bimbo. She's a bimbo because she knew about me and didn't care. When that didn't work, he tried to paint me like the bad guy and tried to deny my Bean was even his. There's so much more to this story, but it's a mess, so I'm being as concise and clear as possible. I am still recovering from that relationship mentally, but I am now married to a wonderful man who's changed a lot for me and my Bean. He even wants to adopt Bean but can't. Whole other story to those going through something similar. I promise it gets better.